So today is February 13th, 2026. At 5:15 and 55 seconds this morning, NASA's SpaceX launched the Crew-12. Destined for the International Space Station, or ISS, it was launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida. To be more specific, it was launched at the Space Launch Complex 40 at the Space Force Station in Cape Canaveral, Florida. So what makes this launch so special to me is the fact that I was actually able to see it heading up after launching. The launch took place in Florida, and I live in southern New England. Most of the eastern seaboard of the United States should have been able to see her launch, but the ever-looming weather permitting was a constant threat. Even the slightest cloudy skies could block the sight of a rocket being propelled toward the stratosphere of our beautiful planet. The photos I was actually able to capture were by no means spectacular. However, they're very special to me. This morning at 5:15 and 55 seconds a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Dragon Freedom would be launched into space. It would be propelled by the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. What makes the Falcon 9 so amazing is that once it releases the Dragon Freedom capsule, it lands itself back in position at the launch point. The crew's destination would be the International Space Station, and the crew of 4 would include 2 NASA astronauts. The commercial crew mission, dubbed Crew-12, would be spending 9 months aboard the International Space Station, conducting research before returning to Earth. The mission would be commanded by NASA astronaut Jessica Meir. Another astronaut from NASA would be Jack Hathaway, who would be the Crew-12 pilot. Next up in the crew would be Sophie Adenauer, who is from the European Space Agency and would be labeled a mission specialist. And rounding out the crew would be Andrei Fedyaev, Roscosmos cosmonaut, and he would be a mission specialist as well. The destination of their journey would be the International Space Station, or ISS, and are on schedule to arrive tomorrow. Their mission aboard the ISS is research and science. From experiments set up outside the station to the study of effects of space on the human body, as well as radiation and other studies which include creation of fresh drinking water and growing plants in space. The ISS travels at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour and is continuing to answer questions about our planet as well as the universe. The trip into space for the crew will last approximately 8.5 minutes. Once in orbit, it will take approximately 34 hours to reach the International Space Station. Dragon Freedom would launch on top of the Falcon 9 space rocket, and currently there are 5 Dragon Freedom type capsules. These would include the Endeavor, Resilience, Endurance, Freedom, and the Grace. The Dragon is 27 feet tall and has 16 Draco thrusters and is capable of holding up to 7 passengers. As the condensation from the fuel grew and the launch clock shrunk, the rocket would launch at 5:15 and 55 seconds. Everything would go according to plan, hurling the Dragon Freedom and the crew upwards with 1.7 million pounds of thrust. Okay, so after all that awesome information, we come back to me. I heard the news of being able to see the launch here in New England and got pretty excited. I set my alarm for 4:50 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I wanted to be early, so I made sure I didn't miss anything. And at approximately 5:16 and 30 seconds, I began to attempt to film the eastern sky. I quickly realized that this video would be useless. I began to take photos of the eastern sky. For several minutes, I took photos and searched for any movement at all. After seeing none, I went back into the house to see if there was a delay in launching. Once there, I saw the rocket racing upwards towards space, and I immediately went back outside. I then realized I should be searching on a horizon rather than at 10 or 12 o'clock. I was about to give up when I had seen something moving on a distant horizon. At 5:26 and 10 seconds, I captured the first of 4 photos. The rocket was going from left to right. Due to the curvature of the planet's surface, it appeared to be heading from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I'm just very happy to have been able to take these photos and share them with you. As I stated earlier, this is the first launch I have ever been able to witness. Well, enough rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this little lesson about the Crew-12 launch as well. I thank you very much for sharing my passions. I love sharing my passions with you guys. I love the comments and all the kind words, and I sincerely appreciate it. I thank you for watching, and until my next video, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.